What's up guys, welcome to a new card review. So last time we checked out Galaxy Eye's Photon Dragon. For this review, I received a request from Allure of Darkness 2. She's a good friend of mine here on YouTube. Speaking of which, I really need to chat with her sometime. Anyways, she wanted me to review Ancient Dragon. So let's check out this card and see what I have to say. So I'm finally going to review a dragon monster that isn't really powerful, but its appearance makes up for it. This card looks amazing. You know what this dragon reminds me of? It reminds me of the dragons from Skyrim. I love that game and I'm still playing it. Just as the name of the card describes it, it does look ancient, but looks awesome. By the shape of the dragon, it looks like a raven. A raven is basically a dragon with wings for arms. We can see Ancient Dragon has a lightish brown color to it, and its body seems to have a noticeable glow to it. Admittedly, made me think it looked a little yellow. Also, we can see a cool looking design on its whole body, which adds to the amazing appearance of this awesome dragon. There are some spikes on the tip of its wings, and the tail looks awesome, and I like the shape of the things on the tip of his tail, and the feet look nice as well. The background looks beautiful, and the dragon actually looks pretty flying in the night sky with a full moon at the back. It's beautiful. What else can I say about this card's art? It's freaking amazing for a rare rarity card. Some of you have already guessed it. This card is getting a 5 out of 5 for its art. Freaking amazing. Let's see what this thing does for its effect. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, you can increase this card's level by 1 and attack by 500. Well, its effect is interesting, but it's not that great. Pretty much, this card gains a level and 500 attack once it attacks your opponent directly. Yeah, it's useful for Exceed Summon or even for a Synchro Summon, but you have to attack your opponent with a direct attack in order to increase its level and attack power. And let's be honest here, 1400 attack points alone is not that powerful. So its effect is not that great, but as long as you play him right, then he'll be useful to you one way or another. So what's the score for this card's effect? Well, it's getting a 3.5 out of 5. I've been doing some research on this card for deck choices, and sadly I haven't found anything that talks about this card for decks. I mean, I'm the only one that seems to use him, because I'm such a fucking hipster. So I might as well use my brain for deck choices this time. So it's a dragon and it's a light attribute. No shit, right? So why not a Chaos Dragon deck? It's a very well known deck type and I think it will work well with this card, cause due to its typing and attribute. So let's see the cards of this deck type and see which ones are worth your time and money. Mostly what the Chaos Dragon deck type is about involves dragon monsters with these two elements, light and dark. And they need a graveyard full of them so you can remove a light and dark monster from play in order to special summon certain monsters that acquire that kind of a special summon. So let's check out these types of monsters that have that kind of summoning effect. This card is well known for how powerful and deadly it is. And this is the legendary Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. Yep, this card is the most famous of all the Chaos monsters besides Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. But that card is banned and I already talked about that card in a previous review. So what does BLS do exactly? Well, besides the fact that his summoning cost involves removing a light and dark monster from play, he can remove a monster from the field from play. Yeah, I know, he can't attack once you play this effect, but this is a great way to take out a monster that is too powerful or is just giving you trouble from the start. Plus, even if you don't use that effect, if you destroy an opponent's monster by battle, this card can attack again at the same battle phase. That's pretty handy. Chaos Sorcerer is another Chaos monster that has the same summoning cost as BLS and Chaos Emperor. This monster has the effect of BLS that involves removing a monster from play, but you can only remove a face-up monster, but it still works. So let's take a look at the two dragons that started the Chaos Dragon deck type. Light Pulsar Dragon is my favorite of the two. What he does is that he can be special summoned by removing a light and dark monster, of course. But if he's in your graveyard, you can send a light and dark monster from your hand to the graveyard and special summon him onto the field. Cool, right? Plus, if he leaves the field and is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 5 or higher dark dragon monster from your graveyard. This is a great way to special summon a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon from your graveyard. Dark Flare Dragon is the dark dragon of the two, and here's what he does. You can send one dragon monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and then remove one monster in either player's graveyards from play. This is a great way to fill up your graveyard with light and dark monsters. It'll also screw up your opponent if there's a good card in their graveyard that they were planning on getting that card back somehow. Now to make this as quick as possible, I'm going to show 2 great light monsters and 2 dark monsters, so we don't have to stay here all day. If you guys want to know what other monsters to use for this deck type, I'll add a link in the description box down below. Now here are some good light monsters to put in. Prime Material Dragon is one awesome light monster to put in your deck. It's kind of like Stardust Dragon in a way. Once your opponent plays an effect that would destroy monsters, you can discard 1 card from your hand to stop the destruction effect. And if you take any effect damage with a card like Ukazi, you gain it instead. Effect Failure is one awesome card not just for tuning for a Synchro Summon, but to stop your opponent from playing any of their effect monsters' effects. Now let's see what dark monsters that would be good to put in. Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon. Yeah, I know it's a very long and stupid name, but hear me out. If a monster of yours was destroyed by battle or by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. For a dragon with a long and stupid name, it sure can be pretty handy. How can anyone forget the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon? It would be like me going to a pizza parlor and not getting any pizza. It's something you have to put in. This card is awesome, mostly because it works well with any deck that has a shit ton of dragons, like Chaos Dragons. You all should know how it works by now. If not, then I'll tell you. You can special summon him from your hand by removing a dragon monster from your field from play. Not only that, you can special summon 1 dragon from your hand or graveyard once per turn. It's that amazing! Let's check out spells. DDR, otherwise known as Different Dimension Reincarnation, has this effect. You can discard a card from your hand to the graveyard and special summon a monster from your remove from play zone and equip it to this card. Allure of Darkness is a great card that can help you draw out new cards. Just draw 2 cards then remove a dark monster from play. But be careful, if you don't have a dark monster in your hand when you play this card, you have to send all cards from your hand to the graveyard. Now for traps. Dimensional Prison is one great card to defend one of your opponent's attacks. Once one of your opponent's monsters attacks you, that attacking monster is removed from play. Here's an interesting card to use, Dimensional Slice. Once you special summon a monster, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and remove from play. But here's the cool part, if you summon an Exceed monster, you can play this card straight from your hand. Cool, right? So overall, Ancient Dragon, for what I can see, will most likely be good in a Chaos Dragon deck. For other decks, well, that's totally up to you. Unfortunately for this Ancient Dragon, its role for decks isn't that great due to how its ability isn't that too great. But that doesn't mean it's a bad card in any ways. For my score for deck choices, Ancient Dragon is getting a 3.5 out of 5. So Ancient Dragon is one pretty cool dragon. Its art is awesome, effect is okay at best, and it's mostly good in Chaos Dragon decks. I have to thank Allure of Darkness too for allowing me to reveal this card for her, so a link to her channel will be down in the description box down below. So what's my final score for Ancient Dragon? Well, it's getting the overall score of a 4 out of 5. That's it for this review, and if you guys have any cards you want me to review for future reviews, just leave a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. So next time I will be reviewing Dark Simorgh. So remember guys, comment, rate, and subscribe. This is Dragon Core 7, and I'll be seeing you all next time.